thought I won the ladder. The angels going up and down trees like that. Read your Bible.
Read your word.
Easy levels. Oh, thank you. And it's just we're doing is a test. Test 1 2. My head keeps. It's a test. Test 1 2. Oh, test 1 2. Mic check. And we're done. Mic check 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Relax, Relate,
Debrief.
1 second with this microphone. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of our podcast / YouTube. We are just two real life sisters that do a lot of chit chatting and felt like, why don't we start recording our chit chats? That way, if you've had a rough day, if you just want to laugh and sit back and relax, you can relax with us. If you can relate to something, you can relate and just debrief. So it is all in fun and it is all good intent and simply our opinions. Anything that we're reporting on, alleged. Okay? But we decided to add in something new to our podcast. And that is, you know that we are women of faith.
Yes.
We are going to be opening up our podcast with a word of prayer. So if you're driving, don't bow your heads. But if you're watching and you're not driving, bow your heads. Mm-hmm. Dear God, we just want to start our podcast today by saying thank you. Yes. Thank you for the day. Thank you for allowing us to see this day. Thank you for breathing the breath of life into us. Without you, we can do nothing. So we wanted to say thank you. We thank you for continuing to shower us with favor. We thank you for continuing to allow this podcast to reach those that you have destined for this podcast to reach. Whoever needs to be touched, whoever needs to hear just something from you. Have your way in us, Lord, and let us have fun, but let us always give you the glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, now if you're watching that in the beginning, I forgot to bow my head because as I was talking, I thought I was supposed to be looking. And by the end, I closed my eyes and realized I could do both. Now,
oh, Lord.
We just started the segment, okay?
It's all right. That's all right.
First time. So, next week, Nikki's opening and she'll do it. But
and I'm your older sister, Nikki.
And I'm the younger sister, Jackie. And I forgot my name. I think I just said we're just real life sisters. Mm-hmm. We wanted to thank our supporters. We have a lot of people that come up to us and just share that they are enjoying the laughs and having a good time. We want you to know that means so much to us. Yes. And it encourages us to keep going. But for those of you that are supporting, for those of you that are seeing us for the first time, please make sure that you hit subscribe. Make sure that you get notified when we drop a new video, which is once a week. And also make sure that you share. As you share this podcast, there are people out there that don't know us that should. Yes. So you get them to know who we are by sharing the love, the laugh, and all of that. With that, we are going to get into today's episode. As you guys know, at the top of every podcast, we have added a minute to get in it. And you guys know I'm also the sister that is a singer. So I'm going to bring in a minute to get in it.
Let's go.
You got a minute to get in it. Hey. You got a minute to get in it. A minute to get in it. You got a minute to get in it. 1 minute. Now, I'm going to pull up the stop. This is our minute to get in it. We have 1 minute to just simply go into something that we would like to very quickly touch. It can be something that is exciting, something fun, something happy, something aggravating, something irritating. But we got 1 minute to get in it. Are you ready? Your 1 minute starts now.
Listen, Apple, for expensive as these phones are, it is ridiculous that we could not capture the eclipse, yet Androids have perfect pictures of what the exact eclipse look like. Whoa. I was at work and I was not looking at the eclipse to be looking. And a coworker of mine went over there. She was showing me pictures. I said, oh, that's nice. She was like, this is from an Android. Meanwhile, she was on an iPhone. Someone from an Android had to send her pictures from the same thing that she was looking at from an iPhone. iPhone, Apple, whatever y'all gotta do, y'all have got to do better. You cannot continue charging prices for these phones that we are using, and we can't take good pictures. I'm sick of it. And I say that in the nicest way possible. I'm done. But
Okay.
the fact that we could not take a picture of the eclipse.
Yeah.
Am I done? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I'm done. I can't believe that. Y'all have to do better.
I do think that Android takes better pictures, though.
I
I've always said that. Even when Daddy pulls out his big laptop out of his picture, I'm like, this picture actually came out nice.
It do.
Yeah.
It be looking much better than ours. Like,
yeah. Even on 15, because did somebody take it on the 15 and they had a blurry picture, or nobody tried?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like there was. I've seen other pictures of people who have taken the eclipse. This one I said he just knew he took a picture of the eclipse and how it looked. And then he said if his looked like a sunny side upside down egg compared to Android.
An egg?
Yeah. Compared to Android that was so clear. Like you could see the moon so clearly covering the sun. It was just clear as day. As opposed to Android, who was out of contrast. I mean, as opposed to iPhone, that was out of contrast, didn't capture as much.
I would like to know, am I the only one that was just totally not interested in the eclipse? Please weigh in.
No, because I wasn't either.
It got a little dark outside, and I was like, did the sky crack? Did he return? I just wasn't interested.
Come on.
But I know people are like kind of like into that and into space and nerdy and all of that. So I'm glad you guys got to see the moon cover.
I'm sorry.
It just didn't interest me. And that's me. I wasn't the target audience for the eclipse.
I wasn't the intended audience for that. I understand what you're saying.
I just could not get a bone in me to care that the moon was covering the sun. I believe when we sleep, a whole lot of stuff be going on out there. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Some of y'all ain't ready.
I can't. Go ahead. You ready for your minute?
Yeah.
All right. And your time starts now.
Very quickly on my minute to get in it, I want to shout out Philadelphia native Dawn Staley. Congratulate her on the NCAA Women's Championship, which is college basketball. South Carolina Gamecocks, I believe there is the name of their team. I hope that's right. I believe it is. I don't follow college basketball,
Nothing
so I'm not
new.
like I do. However, I have seen a lot of content of Dawn, and the reason why I wanted to quickly shout her out on my minute to get in it is because in a world where people make you feel like you can't express your faith because they don't agree with it or because they want to challenge you and have all of this is my faith. This
Correct.
is my And so I so appreciated her standing on that. And when she got the victory, I appreciated her giving God the glory in a place that she once stood defeated and showed how she got the victory. Dawn, I wanted to applaud her.
Your time's up while you're applauding.
She said this is God's uncommon favor.
Come on.
Dawn, we salute you. We love you.
Salute you. Hats off to you. Congratulations.
All right. So, see how I did my minute to get in it in 1 minute this time?
You did. I just want to congratulate you for improvement.
Thank you.
Let's keep it up.
As we head into our topics for this week's episode, a couple of things have been going on. Another thing that has been very popular that we've been seeing is that this past weekend, I almost spilled my LaCroix, the devil. This past weekend.
LaCroix, please give her a deal, because the way she be pumping up them waters like they all that. With the fake straw. Go ahead.
A metal straw. And we're not
Allegedly.
This past weekend was Wrestlemania. And Wrestlemania was held in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
They've held it there in Philadelphia, I believe, a few times. So, because Philly's a place, a lot of people came out. There's a lot of content on Wrestlemania. If you don't watch wrestling, I don't think that you can appreciate anything about Wrestlemania. So, for example, Nicole.
Hello. I didn't know what all the hype was.
No, you know what would have been great if you would have been like, not the target audience.
Yes,
not the target audience.
not the target audience.
You're not gonna know. I did not watch WrestleMania. I've just been because I know like of wrestling like in and out. My grandfather, who we lost in September.
Yeah.
Joe Mason crew here. My grandfather was an avid wrestling watcher. Okay, so he watched wrestling. Huh?
I said he was a fanatic.
Fanatic. He's a wrestling fanatic. He watched wrestling faithfully. Okay. Mm-hmm. It was just the sport that he loved. So when my grandfather, and that's been since I was little, I always knew how he felt about wrestling because we had to shut everything off the TV and turn on wrestling because he came home. I was like, really? Something else. But when we lost my grandfather, when we lost my grandmother, I knew that like, my grandmother was always there with him. And so I knew that wrestling was something that he loved. And so I wanted to just kind of have a way to check on him and try to make sure that he just didn't feel alone once she was gone, because that was a huge part of him when she passed. Okay. Yeah. Passing out everything with his big self. At that time. So he would come over every Monday, or I would go over there. We used to live around the corner from each other. I would go over there. He would come over. Even when I moved, he would, he came up 1:30 because he used to live up that way. And so we would meet at a Wawa, bring him to the house. He'd come up the steps. We watched.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I forgot about that. He did used to drive up.
Mm-hmm. He couldn't remember how to get all the way back. He drove off of memory. I'm not going to get into my grandfather too much because I'll start crying. But he drove off of memory. So we would meet at the Wawa. But anyway, the point of it was for us to watch wrestling. And that's why I know as much as I know about wrestling, because I watched wrestling for years. And I understood the magnitude of what was going on at wrestling when the Jeff and Matt Hardy came out. Did you know that?
Never heard of him.
A lot of people were just giving a lot of credit to this wrestling. They're like, yo, this is so nostalgia was a common word that you heard. When in wrestling, when the arena goes dark and it's you know who that is. Nikki, who is it?
That's Undertaker, and I used to tell Granddaddy, because every now and again I would watch it. I said, you have to stop. I said, Undertaker is full of the devil. I can't sit here and watch this mess. And as soon as I heard it on WrestleMania, that dong, I said, and I turned the thing.
Undertaker is here. The thing about WrestleMania is, number one, they have some of the most loyal fans.
Yes, they do.
Wrestling is forever back. Okay? You know how in sports, once a team starts losing, somebody just be fair weather. Wrestling, not so. They have some of the most loyal. So what was happening was people were literally like, oh my gosh, because the new kids, they wrestling. There's still some, you still got Sheamus out there and Cody Rhodes and all of that. But I think what made it so good was how many of the old came out that you haven't seen in a while. Of course, The Rock was there, and The Rock. That's how The Rock got started. So it's always good to see him. But like when Shawn Michaels music came on,
Shawn Michaels came out.
Yes, and he came out with Mitch. Is it Mitch? Yeah, Mitch or Mick. Mick Foley. Mitch or Mick Foley is his name. So he was standing out there, and then Shawn Michaels comes out, and Shawn Michaels pigeon-toed, so he come out with his walk. You're like, oh my God! And like, these men are older, but they just put, to me, even though they're older, they just put like this childlike, like, oh my God, Shawn Michaels is here! Like, it just gave you like that. And then after Shawn Michaels, who came out? The breaking glass sound?
The breaking glass sound. Not sure.
It was Stone Cold Steve Austin. So tell me.
I was going to say Stone Cold, but I thought he wasn't there. Oh, Triple H wasn't there.
So Triple H now basically runs WWE. So this is just allegedly, in my opinion. I mean, no, it's not alleged. His position is not alleged. What's alleged is Vince McMahon had to step down from WWE. Vince McMahon has been the owner forever. He comes out, he does fights. But in January of this year, he had alleged allegations of sexual misconduct. So Vince McMahon has kind of taken a back seat, and the Triple H is now kind of running things. Triple H is actually his real life son-in-law because he is married to Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, okay.
And so, and Stephanie is Vince's daughter. Mm-hmm. So I believe that the reason why this WrestleMania was so good and big and nostalgic was, I believe it really has a lot to do with Triple H. Like, I mean, a lot of times those people do come back. A lot of wrestlers always come back. It's very random. Even The Rock, he has random moments that he shows up because they always do give homage to or pay homage to their roots, which is WWE. And WWE has launched some great, I mean, you got Dave Bautista, who's now an actor, John Cena, who is an actor. I mean, these people came from...
Who needs to stay an actor due to the knees and... a lot going on there.
Now, John, did you see John's entrance?
I did, and when I saw him running, I knew how he felt.
I think John needed the life alert we talked about last week.
Yeah. I said, John, I'm with you. Because when I see him with the knee pads on before he even started, I said, oh my gosh, John got the knee braces on. I said, he don't need to be wrestling. I said, then I thought, I said, see, that wrestling messes you up. They doing all that bouncing around and all that. I've known from seeing a few things here and there of the injuries that they actually get, even though they're like really like stuntmen because they ain't really doing no wrestling. That's the thing. That's why I could never get into it.
I know. That's the thing.
I'm not slapping people.
No, wait. People are really like running up and down the football field. They're really getting concussions. They're really doing this stuff. But the most loyalty comes from a fake. And they'd be like, "Oh my god!" And I'd be
like, "So hyped." I'm like, I know the sound came before he even slapped him. I saw that.
Don't do that. Not too much.
Ain't not too much. We're gonna be honest on the podcast, all right?
Randy Orton and Viper, and he used to always be going like this, and then boom. Some of it. I mean, listen. They obviously there's some little teeny tiny bit of truth to it because they do get real injuries.
I'm playing.
That is the most stuntman. Playing. Now see what you did. You did
see what y'all did playing.
Now look, you got a vertebrae all messed up.
That ain't funny, Lord.
John Cena actually concerned
shocked me. It did. I ain't gonna lie, it shocked me.
What about it shocked you?
I don't think I just, you see John as this like strong man, and plus because I used to watch the Bella Twins and everything like that. Yeah. So I don't consider him to be that old. So when I seen the knee braces and then when he took off the hat and the bald spot, I said, first of all, you can get a hair transplant. You didn't have to come out here like that. You got too much money to become out here. But I guess he's giving the nostalgia, like he's just giving his authentic self to say, this is what I am right now. Like, this is who I am right now. I don't do this every day. I don't do this all the time. Like, is he retired from wrestling? That's how much I know from it. He hasn't wrestled, or does he?
No, he doesn't wrestle anymore.
I can see why. Yeah, I can see why. No, I'm not saying to be ignorant. I'm just saying when I saw him, the last time I haven't even watched wrestling in a minute. So the last time I saw him, though, like if he was in the wrestling ring, he was actually wrestling. So he wasn't like running down almost in slow motion. I'm done.
Okay, because you have completely shaded John.
I'm not shading John. Yo, I love you, John.
Right, I see why. Because last time you wasn't running in slow motion. Now, that was a lot. A lot. I will say, because WrestleMania is like so fake and it has these fake storylines going on in the back, when the music came out, John Cena is known for wearing a cap. So when the music came on, it was like, ba-ba-da-ba. Now, one thing that WrestleMania does is they spoof a lot. Meaning someone will come out to your music and in your attire and it's not you. And it's part of the storyline. So
Right.
when John was running from behind, I said, oh, this is spoof. It's not John. It's not John. Because I said, John Cena's not running like that. When it came out and it was John, I rewound to the beginning to say, no.
Yeah.
John's running because John used to run. Bah, bah, bah. And first of all, he's rapping in his song. Okay, he was giving that my Tom, what's up, whatever he's doing, right? And he runs. He's always had a head full of hair. So when the man threw off the cap and there was a bald spot, I said, "This is like spoof." And he started rocking it. I'm like, they're not getting in to show us that somebody's out here playing John Cena.
Right.
When he jumps over the rope, goes to this is all part of their act, child, goes over to the announcer stand and he starts clearing stuff off. I said, no, that's oh my, remember when the girl dropped her wig or and she was like, oh my God. That was God. That's so, oh my God. And I feel like he threw the hat off because it's a thing. That's a John Cena thing. John Cena's move is What's that?
Can
what
you
is
see
it?
me?
No. You're done. We're gonna move on from wrestling because you can't see me.
I just said that.
No, you said, "Can you see me?" Okay, you're over here playing with a toddler. Peekaboo. No, that's not what you was like, yeah. At first, I thought you said you can't see me, and then I was like, "What is it?" And you was like, "Can you see me?" So I was trying to be like, "Okay, she got something." And he was like,
"You can't see me."
You can't see me is his thing, and he would do that right before his move. He put you up on his back, bye. So I think that he did all of that because he knows that's what the people want. But the way he kept rubbing his hair back, he knows that bald spot is there, and he may be working on it. It's a process.
Yeah,
here to go in there. But I could tell that he was a little conscious about it, so I decided to not say as much as I felt about it. But I was just like, wow. And even in his face, he's aging.
I give him props, like, for even coming out. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have to show up. He could have been like, no, that's not, I don't do it no more, So I give him props for coming out, for playing a part, for being a good sport and taking the head off. Like, because he knows those are all his signature things. And he didn't, cut anything out. He was like, I'm going to be my authentic self.
Exactly. Yeah. You're right. Those are all his signature things. Him getting like, and throwing the hat off. That's him. Before he does the "You Can't See Me," he would do that. He would just like fling it. Which he did. I thought it was great. Even how the Undertaker has always scared the I don't like Undertaker and Great Khali were two that I was just like, they bother me. But I always think it's so cool the way that the Undertaker his entrance, because it's like he don't really make an entrance. I don't know if
they cut the lights out and then he's standing in the ring.
So good though, because they cut the lights out and everybody's like, oh, but everybody's screaming because it's him now. But also he has had it where you don't know where he's going to be standing. Sometimes he's come out standing like in the audience and walked to the ring. Yeah, he's so good. That's what makes it like you sound like, oh snap, he's right here. Now he ain't gonna do nothing. But let me tell you what I would have told them. You can take this off my contract when he was throwing people in the casket.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. You can take this off. He would throw them over the rope and they'd be falling to a cat. Nah. Take that right out of my contract.
I'm not doing that. We're not playing.
The nostalgia of WrestleMania seemed to be so cool. So that was cool. It made me think a lot about my grandfather. So WrestleMania, good job. I don't know how y'all gonna top it next year because this one was a big one and you had a lot of people in their feelings about it, especially wrestling fans. So with the nostalgia, let's move into all of these tours that are going on. Everybody's going on tour. The most recent tour announced is a Missy Elliott with Busta Rhymes and Sierra. Missy Elliott. Maxwell's on tour with Jasmine Sullivan. Chris Brown's on tour. Usher's on tour. Everybody's on tour. I believe Kirk's going to be announcing a reunion part 2 tour soon. Kirk Franklin, that is. Mm-hmm. There's a One Hallelujah tour with Israel Holt and Jonathan McReynolds, Jacqueline Carr, Tasha Cobb, Erica Campbell. I just feel like everybody is on tour this year. And so how do y'all think we can go to all of these tours? Like, y'all picked the same year to beat Janet Jackson will be going on tour with Nelly.
He trying to get a check for that baby coming. Not that he needed. It's not that they need it either.
He's trying to get a check for that baby coming as well.
You know.
No, but like these are also like the people that are like the early 2000s to me hit. They gonna hit. However, Motown era hits for me as well.
Oh God, ain't none of them going on tours.
Well, I know, that's what I was about to get into. Where I would have been messed up. I would like to go to some of these tours, but I would have been messed up if they told me that David Ruffin and the Temptations was touring.
Oh Jesus!
Now we know that I believe all the Temptations except for Otis Redding.
Ain't Otis Redding dead?
Not Otis Redding. Wait, oh shoot. Oh Lord, let me not disrespect. The original Temptations except for one member. But if they sent a little Earth, Wind, and Fire through there.
Shut up. Ain't Fire or Earth, one of them is gone.
They did. One of the Earth, Wind, and Fire people did pass. It wasn't the long hair one.
No, he's still around.
Yeah, but he come out and let us know. Stiff well. All of these tours
like this.
Yeah, he did.
I got home last night. Not just fun enough. Is that his song? I don't know. That's stuff be playing at my job.
No, I think I don't know.
Give it to me. I'll be like, I'll be at work sometimes like, what is this?
No, it's so funny because he have his guitar. I can't. You better show us. So, but like the early 2000s, like for these people, like the thing is like we talked about this with Nelly and Ashanti, and I said like I had no idea that, and that was it, legit. It's amazing to them, but people like are in the comments and being like, and this ties back to the tours. People are in the comments and being like, Ashanti, sing new songs. What are you talking about? When you see people like, yes, we want Chris Brown. Okay, Chris Brown's going on tour. Yes, we want to hear Sensational. I do for you. Yes, we do. But we also want to hear They Keep Coming From Wall to Wall. I don't hear nothing but ladies call. I don't mind. I have a friend who, can't stand Chris Brown's tone. She says it's too nasally. But like, I want to hear the nasally. Let me see if you can run it. Like
think about Michael Jackson when he was still alive. Did nobody want to hear his new songs? Like you would hear them, but Thriller was his best-selling album ever. So everybody you wanted to hear the songs that was on there, and Remember the Time was the joint. If I went to a Michael concert, he better sing Remember the Time over everything else. I need to hear. I don't care if he had a new album out that year. Remember the Time. Remember I recorded that.
Do you remember?
And we used to watch that video back in the day when videos used to come on.
Oh.
And we were of a safe household, okay? My mother did not play. My father, we ain't going to get into all that. My mother did not play. But I tell you what, when we take Michael, y'all better not. And then somebody had nerve to record over. I said, y'all knew Michael was on there.
We'll record a Martin episode. Remember you something? Come on!
I said, come on now. Who did this? This also is world premiere.
This is like the stuff that's missing. Like videos, like what are y'all? The videos don't be videoing. Y'all not doing nothing. The videos used to be mini movies,
especially if Michael's.
I'm not giving us nothing, especially if Michael was involved. Okay, because he had to go on the date, turn into Thriller, and get to see and give us the. And he had the. Okay, so then he had had to turn around, show us that his eyes, he was still like we'd be like, oh snap, he's still a zombie. Like y'all not even giving that to us. So all these tours that y'all want all this money on. Now I know one thing. Missy has always been creative.
I just want people to be considerate of the economy and the climate. You all have money. You have it already. Whatever you didn't get during the pandemic, that was on you. But you had it before the pandemic hit. You were able to maintain and sustain. And I get like afterwards and coming out and like people are coming together.
And you're saying you want them to be considerate of ticket pricing
and just in general, like, do all of y'all have to? I feel like it's oversaturated now. I feel like everybody's trying to have a tour and, this person, that person. Like, why don't half of y'all go over to the countries like Paris and Europe and all that? Half of y'all stay here and then flip it for next year. You know what I mean? Like, why are y'all all trying to come in the same area and hit the same arenas at the same time?
I forgot Justin Timberlake announced the tour.
Ain't nobody. Is NSYNC coming?
Don't do Justin like that.
No, I'm just saying, because if NSYNC ain't coming, like, bye. Because when they came out, the nostalgia, the folks went crazy.
Yeah, but like, did they sit on that stool and sing Girlfriend?
I don't know. I didn't see like
that's gone.
Yeah, that's gone. But I just feel like, like there was tours that went on last year that we were well aware of. Excuse me, but I don't feel like there was too much. I just feel like almost every other day somebody's announcing we doing a tour, and at this point everybody's like, people's pockets is not filling up with money to come see your tour and your tour and your tour. So I just feel like promoters need to get together. People need to talk. Like, this isn't what is the 2024 the year of tours? I didn't know that was. I thought it was Lord, I Want More. I thought it was Lord, I Want More. Y'all talking about 2024, the year of the tour.
Now go. People you don't know.
Now I am going to see Ty Tribbett. So yes. I just saw him last year. I am going to see him this year because I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thoroughly enjoyed Ty. We are going to go see him on his Only One Night tour. I was interested in the Missy.
Well, Kirk, you said you wanted to go back if Kirk brings back the reunion.
I did last year. So I think I talked about it.
Yeah, you went last minute.
Yeah, I went last minute. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. But again, that's also part of nostalgia for me, right? So sitting down watching Bill Bellamy countdown before my parents got home is nostalgia. Like, I'm very I like it's very vivid trying to think about who was going to be number one, because it was such a toss up between My Way and The Boy Is Mine and Bone. So, and Bill Bellamy countdown. I used to watch TRL when they used to come, and they would come and like Carson Daly was the host, and they would be like, NSYNC's here, and then people, and like depending on who the star was would depend on how many people was outside. We don't have none of that anymore.
No, because I feel like everything is more digital. Everything is more like streaming, and what can you get online and what could people get in their hands? Like, remember back in our day, they was out here with their CDs.
And like, you couldn't, unless you recorded the video, like you couldn't just see it like
on YouTube.
Yeah. Like, I want to see The Boy Is Mine video. I be like, you need to give it. You had to see where they fell in the spot on 106 and Park. Mm-hmm. And who was performing on 106 and Park? 106 and Park with, I'm going to have to say it, with AJ and Free. Mm-hmm. Not with Terrence and Roxy or Bow Wow and whoever. I'm talking about with AJ and Free 106 and Park.
I think it kept the artists relevant. More relevant.
And the artist was allowed to have their privacy.
Right.
That they're just kind of, oh my goodness, the way y'all are. Like, even leave Ashanti alone.
All right.
I know. Like, if she's going to tell you she's pregnant, she'll tell you. If she doesn't want to tell you, she doesn't want to tell you. Leave her alone. Just keep doing like we do. Watch the videos and say, we know. We know, we know, we know. Okay?
Just be in the comments. Just waiting on you.
Also, stop. To the other point I was making, stop being like, sing some other song. No, we want the songs that you grew up on. That's the point of them. Ashanti's was dominating early 2000s with Ja Rule and Murder Inc. Before Irv Gotti went crazy, it was every single song. Murder Inc. Murder Inc. You had to know this was coming from Irv and his team. Don't do that. Okay? Jasmine Sullivan's on tour with Maxwell. What's something that Maxwell has to do?
Not know this woman works.
No.
Because remember, he came 5 years later with a video.
I enjoyed it as if it was brand new, and he swam in that street, and it absolutely.
Remember you told me, you was like, he swam in the sidewalk. Did you see this woman? Like,
dives into the sidewalk, and he ends up swimming.
Then I saw it, and I was like, Maxwell, I'll wait.
Probably everybody that saw it, like, now, baby, pretty wings this, okay? No, what's the song he needs to do?
Something.
What?
Pretty Wings. Ascension.
Come on! Okay, so you're not going to that, sir. And to think. No, you're not going. Jasmine Sullivan. What's the song she needs to do?
Not no bust the windows out the car.
But that's her. You don't have to like it. I'm not asking you, do you like it?
No, I know. I'm just saying. I know, like, she's known for
that. Windows at your car. Like, those are the things. Like, you go for what they're known. Like,
okay, you want to hear their known songs. Like, but if you're a true fan of theirs, you know their album. So when they pull songs out that is not like made it to mainstream, people still be hyped.
Okay, if it was like Fred Hammond, what does Fred Hammond have to do?
Success is in your hand.
No, Nicole. No. This is a tour. Now, you are a true fan. If he did it, you'd be like, follow my plan. Yes. To be 1 minute and 37 seconds of a song, slaps. But what does Fred have to do?
Bless.
Nicky IG!
Wait. He has to do, wait, let me think. Fred Hammond have to do?
It's 2024, but this is a song that he has to do because that song is from his first album.
Spirit of David. I will dance. Wait, let me think. Hold on. From his first album, like not his official first album, or
no, not his official first album. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. From the Spirit of David album, I should have said. What does he have to do?
Slow or fast?
Whoa!
No, slow or fast?
Slow.
Not No Weapon.
Yes. What are you talking about? Not No Weapon. Fred Hammond has to sing No Weapon. No weapon formed. Come on.
Fred gotta sing. Then I can dwell in my.
No, he does. He does have to do Bless.
And there is no other place in him I dwell. Where I live. Wait,
Fred, I'm gonna play it over you in too. I don't know how this gonna get to Kirk.
Fred got it. Fred Hammond. Uncle Fred, we need you on tour.
We want you on tour. We want you. We want your knee healed. We want you healed. But we need you on tour.
We want your knee healed as wild.
I don't care if he needs a stool, sit him on the stool. But Fred, we need your arrangements. We need Calvin. Go ahead, Calvin. You know how you always tell Calvin? Hit him, Calvin. Go ahead, Calvin. We need all of that. I hope his name is Calvin. I'm pretty sure it is. We need Calvin. We need Dwell. We need No Weapon. We need to be crying, telling the devil, you will no weapon. Okay? We want all of that. These are things like if you grew up, this is what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. If male R&B groups went and it was like Jagged Edge, Next, and name one other. Drew Hill.
I was gonna say Drew Hill. I was trying to. I was like, who is that?
I would have said Boyz II Men, but I'm gonna let y'all.
Drew Hill, but with the original members. I don't want the 16,000 other ones that he can't work.
Speaking of people that's looking, let's not talk
about that. And you know that.
I talk all about John Cena. No kill shot.
Granddaddy said some of that is sin. Sin messed a lot of folks up.
Nokio shocked the mess out of me in a recent video. I said, is Nokio in the room?
I said, who is that? Somebody knew.
It's like, that's Nokio. That was like not me looking for Nokio. He's sitting right there. I said,
he came in the room. Okay. How's everybody doing?
Come there was another one on the countdowns. Step one, walk through that. Okay, Drew Hill comes out. What do they have to do?
Got this feeling, and I just can't turn it loose. Slow version.
Ooh, not the remix with JD.
Nope.
One thing JD was gonna do was remix you.
Nope.
Oh, so he wants slow. Next. Which that was what made me pull Next out, because I don't know if they have enough.
I don't know.
They could be the opener.
I am seeing, not they could be the opener, Lord help them. I am seeing like even like they were popular back then, but they're not like as popular now. Like, but people like 702, who they've lost group members, like have they're on somebody's tour that they're opening up, or that like they're going on tour with somebody else. So it's like it seems like a lot of like that era is like getting together and going on tour too.
Because our age group, that's what we want. I can't do no Burna Boy. I'm just trying to be. I like that room. I like to sit up in my room that mix that he did, but like not a whole. That's what we want. For us, it just works for us.
Right.
And they haven't like gone on to like everybody doesn't have the same amount of success. Everybody's not gonna be Michael Jackson. Okay?
Nobody will be.
Have always been creating new music and giving you his old stuff until he reached his 80s. It was just something about him that everybody doesn't have. Everybody doesn't have
80s
longevity. Michael could have been 80 and he could have been singing "You Rock My World," which is a newer joint, and then he could have also been like, "They told him, don't you ever come around here, don't," and everybody would have enjoyed it. Everybody would have enjoyed it wholeheartedly. But when he started doing, he would have did his new. Let's say he wrote something now in 2024. Okay, so he would have been. How old would he have been? 60-something.
Yeah, he would have been in his 60s.
60s, right?
He died at 50.
Now, and I don't mean he wrote nothing like what no Smokey Robinson be doing.
Now, how Smokey get in?
To smoke that stuff Smokey doing, I'm like. And to think, my mom actually thought you had turned out that she would. You know she gonna slap some oil on you. But like, Michael just had like that type of effect that he could have done it. Okay? Beyonce has it. Okay? She does her new stuff that y'all like. Now, as a preference, this has been said, music is subjective. I don't want to hear none of that. I'm still on, I say yes to your number in 2003. Take me back with me. But she has a level that a lot of artists won't. So she, even when she did her Renaissance tour, she did a whole little thing where she just ran through, like, very quickly through her songs. To me, all the stuff I see, best part of the tour was that. You got me spin.
And she back to your old stuff.
Yeah, she just ran through like a melody of old stuff. When she ran through Cater to You, like, woo, took it. Like, that's the stuff. I mean, for me, no. I'm not trying to worry about breaking nobody's soul. But when she did that, like, that's for me. And I ain't gonna lie, that Dubai run, I have tried it. I'm not gonna put myself out there because I know I can do it. And
move it along.
And we say this to say, please, I agree with your statement. Very quickly, I want to give the people, whoa! I'm just kidding. I agree with the statement, though. Oh, excuse me. Not that run got me. I ain't even do that.
That's how you know you're not professional.
It's so bad. Everybody that's we know that this is your career, whatever. Just be considerate to people's pockets. I agree. Because then when people go there and they like, oh, you could come up here in the ceiling for $400. That's annoying. Stop it. And whatever y'all could do to put stuff in place to stop the resale of stuff and all that, just don't do that.
Yeah,
that's not fair. That's not fair to the people and to and to your fans. And do a good show. Don't come out there doing the bare minimum. Talking about you come getting over a cold and all of this. And don't keep pointing the microphone at us, because at these prices, you're gonna need to get a lozenge and anyway.
And point it back at yourself. Somebody say point it at yourself.
Point it at you.
I didn't come to hear me sing. I hear me sing all the time.
So all those on tour, much success. Our last I can't believe you didn't get some of those things when I said, what does Maxwell have to do? What does Fred Hammond have to do? You named every Fred song.
But I'm a true fan, though.
Yes, that is true. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Hold on. I'm going to get into the next topic. But Jonathan McReynolds was like doing an interview. And he said something like, if somebody comes up to him and says like, hey man, I love you. I love your song. Gotta Have You. To them, they're not a fan.
But to him, he's not a fan?
Them, that fan that came up and said, I love Gotta Have You. He's like, they're just somebody that just like has caught his songs in the wind. But if somebody came up and said something like, or he said like Make Room, there's certain songs that, you know, people just kind of just hear what they hear or whatever. But true fans, like to your point, Success Is In Your Hand. If you know Fred, you know, I don't know if you're gonna know Simply Put, which is one of my favorite Fred songs. But like he was like, you're not like a true fan. And I was thinking, and this might be my own personal thing with Jonathan Reynolds. Or he was like, or if they say like I'm not lucky, I'm loved. I was like, what if they came up and don't know none of your songs? Moving along.
No, we could pause right there because as someone who used to be a fan of his, I met you in person and you didn't speak. You didn't like the interaction. Just to me, for someone who got a VIP ticket that was excited to be able to experience you, like personally, like to see you, I was very disappointed in the interaction that you had with people who were supporting your ministry above and beyond just coming to see you and fill a seat. You know, like there was, you know, you only let so many people in there anyway. And like, you know, only many people can purchase the VIP. And I feel like this, if people are paying and they're coming to see you and support you, you owe it, regardless whether you're in rehearsal. Like you opened this up. Like you could have easily just not had that go on, but you're the one that opened it up. And so if you open something up as far as meeting your fans, I think you ought to be able to be more personable than what I experienced. Now, this was some years ago. Maybe you had some growth. I don't know. But to say that someone's not a true fan because they say that song is, I think that's ridiculous. Because someone who knew that song and more, which I don't know nothing new now because I don't listen to you. No, I don't have no hard feelings or anything like that. But
raise your hand. Raise your hand if you know that. You saying, I'm gonna say this as somebody who, and then you ended it with, I don't have no hard feelings. Too.
I don't because
we don't know Jonathan McReynolds.
I don't know him personally. I don't know.
I think that how you are, and I know that like if you're of a certain stature to him, then you probably have Jonathan McReynolds. I think that maybe he doesn't know, and I'm not even saying that this is his personality, because I think if I knew him personally, we would be cool, and I'll probably meet you the next couple of years or something, Jonathan. I don't have no problem talking to you about that. But like from afar, he can give off arrogant.
It wasn't even giving off arrogant. It was just giving off he didn't feel like being bothered. Which, if you didn't feel like being bothered, say that. Like, we came into your rehearsal and like he's just turning around. He never like interacted. Like, I don't know, if I'm an artist and I'm saying like, yes, invite people into my rehearsal, and like we're towards the end of our rehearsal, and they turn around, and I would just start like interacting with the audience. I would think. Because you came for an experience. And to me, it was just like, okay, we're going to take pictures, line up. And he was just like,
I think that.
Like, I was like, oh, hey. I don't even think he said hi back. Maybe he said hi. I don't know. But it just wasn't like the warm and loving Jesus Christ that we preach about.
I think that your experience was just not personable. But I think from afar, to me, he comes across as arrogant. Such as the statement, like, if you come up to me talking about you like Gotta Have It, you're not even a real fan, first of all. That's what made me be like, how about I come up to you and sound like none of your stuff? I heard that. But I ain't gonna do that because May Your Bad Day, that's my song. Okay? Prove that God is good. You don't like that song?
Never heard. I don't really. Okay, I want to say maybe I heard it, maybe not. Well, you know what the issue is? Because I don't listen to the radio.
Okay, but we're moving on because maybe I heard it, maybe I haven't.
No, because I'm trying to say, I'll be saying I didn't hear it, but then like I don't think I've ever heard that song, to be honest with you. And again, I
Yeah.
think it's because I don't listen to mainstream radio anymore. So I just play songs that are in my phone most of the time. Like when I get in the car and listen to music. So, and I even go back and get old albums.
Yeah, I do as well. How I know about new music, I gotta be honest with you, is TikTok. That's why people are like, what is that that you randomly download? I'm like, oh, from TikTok. All right, next topic. I don't know how we got on, but Jonathan, we love you. We would love to talk to you, and maybe we can express, because we know that artists go through things, so we always want to have an open door.
Absolutely.
But we're gonna tell you, just like two sisters. But next topic, and this is going to be our last topic for today, which was a good topic that you actually brought to light. And let us know where you came about this. You were thinking about something you recently, go ahead, posted, and this came to mind. Go ahead, my sister.
Thank you. Thank you for the time and the space to be able to, express how I feel. So I posted a picture of myself, and I just thought about true happiness, like inwardly being like honestly deep down, excuse me, being happy, like truly happy, like it's not predicated on things, it's not predicated on people, but just like happy to be alive, happy to be breathing, happy to be in my right mind. And I thought about in that happiness, I had I had put up like the song by Angie Stone, "Free to Be Me," and she talks about like living life with no regrets. And I thought about like, we often talk about forgiving others and how forgiveness is for you and not them, and forgiving somebody for what they've done. But I don't hear a lot of people talk about forgiveness of themselves. A lot of times we hold our own selves to higher standards, and I don't know about if it's just me out here by myself, but I do know like I try to be not live in I regret wasting time. I regret like the decisions that I made. I just wish I never did that. And then like people were spinning and were like, well, no, you wouldn't have had a certain experience, or you wouldn't have certain knowledge if you didn't go through. And like you get all that, but I think when you like begin to process and you're looking at like where you are in life right now compared to where you could have been, and I think when we start doing like that comparison to had I made this decision, it would have been this way, like stop. You know what I mean? We make decisions, often I'm like, if I can just go back to my early 20s, boy, the decisions I would have made so much differently now, but they are experiences that I had that I went through in life, because we have free will, we make our own decisions. And as you grow to learn to make better decisions, but it still doesn't mean you're going to make good decisions all the time. And so I was like, like, so you have to learn to move forward in life and be okay with the decisions that you've made previously. Use them as stepping stools, or stepping stones to move into your purpose or your destiny, and to know that it was all part of your making who you are now. And even if you don't like who you are now, you know what I mean, you still have the ability, as long as you have breath in your body, to change it.
Yeah, I think that people talk about forgiveness in general as a hard thing, and people always be like, forgiveness is for you. You're the one that's got to, it's so true. But also, too, a lot of times because people sit in their mind and their thinking, and so the thing that you can sit in that's actually not, I actually heard someone recently say the most private thing that you have now in this day and age are your thoughts. Nothing else is private, right? Because everything's so social media and all of that driven, are your thoughts. And so sometimes when you're sitting in your thoughts, it can be something that drives people to get up and do something and become busy because they don't want to.
Right.
Or it could be something that takes people to a place that they don't need to go. But you have to me, get into that in between that sits in your thoughts. Maybe you're like, my God, today I cannot believe that I did that. I can't believe that you can also think about some things that you did and you just be like, yo, God really kept me through some of my decisions that other people don't make it. So I think that understanding the power of a thought
Mm.
will help you, because I also saw a sermon. Somebody said, you're one thought away from changing your life. And so how do you perceive some of the decisions that you're not happy about? How do you perceive that? I'm not happy that I had a jelly donut yesterday. I'm not.
Mm.
I'm like, you didn't need that jelly donut.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit there. So you know what I did? I upped the speed on my little walking pad here, and I put my training belt on, and I sweated to the point when I got off yesterday. I know I ate that jelly donut, but I felt good. So what do you do? Do you sit there and I'm so upset I ate that jelly donut. That's why I'm so bad. You can go down a spiral of thoughts, but to your point, get to the point where you're able to forgive yourself for decisions that you make, because there's nobody to blame for that, right? For the jelly donut, there's nobody to blame for that. I forgive myself for that, and I'm gonna do the work of what I need to do to not be in that place anymore. Right. And so we all have experiences, and you're right. And sometimes people say stuff so cliche, like it's so easy, like kind of like people be like, enjoy your single season. And I'll be like,
no.
Shut up. But like, I've done that part. Next. Thank you. Next. I've done the part.
Already done that. Next.
All right, okay. Let's go ahead and enjoy the healthy relationship. How about that? Correct. Like, people give that. Like, I understand what they're saying, but again, not the target audience for that. But I think that is so important, how you deal with your thoughts. And though you have made decisions, even, decisions that you're not happy with, even decisions that have produced something that, that you're like, if I would have just, you can't get that time back. Today is April 10th. April 9th, 2024 will never come again.
Never.
So anything you did yesterday, you're not going to be able to get it back. But you can forgive yourself and move forward and take the steps to see what you're going to do today. But I want to say a part of forgiving yourself is acknowledging. You need to acknowledge the stuff that you're doing. If you have a pattern of doing things, if you have certain things that you're doing, you need to sit down for a minute and acknowledge that. Deal with yourself. To thine own self be true.
Right.
Deal with yourself and what it is, so that you're not making the same decisions, and that you're not always ending up and lying in a pool of pity or regret or something like that. You don't have to have regrets because you made a decision and had a baby at 16.
Right.
You don't have to be. There are so many people that have that testimony that was like, you know what? I wasn't planning for this, but they put their bootstraps on and made something out of it. Don't live. You don't have to be like this. And it doesn't mean that it's easy, but it means that every day is a choice. And so I know I did this. I know I already forgive myself for that, and I'm going to make better decisions and better choices that line up with me, who I am, and where it is that I'm purposed to go. So definitely take the time to, if you haven't already, to really sit with yourself, talk to yourself, examine yourself, and don't come away from it with regrets, but think about, number one, the goodness of God. And I sound a little like Cece when I sing, but I'm not going to do it. But all my life you have been faithful.
Why you keep lying? I want you to sit with that. You keep saying I'm not going to do something, and then you bust out and do it.
Because I think like I'm good, so I feel like when I do it, it makes people be like, oh, she did it.
Nah, you got to sit in that. What I'm getting from you is you don't sit there.
What did you say?
What I'm getting from you is you don't sit there. Your thoughts is bouncing from thing to thing. You don't just, when you bust out the note, you're like, you know what? No, I said I wasn't going to do it. Let me stick to it.
No, you don't sit with how you sound when you sing. You're not sitting with that. That's why you keep doing it.
Because if you heard what I heard, you would stop.
Baby, the power of a thought. You would think, don't do that no more. Wow. Okay, well that was an attack on me, and that's okay.
No, and I said it in LOVE. I said it just as nice.
No. But I think that like when you can truly sit back and think about things, and it takes work. I don't think that it's, for some people, it's not something that comes overnight. We've all been dealt different cards, so depending on what it is. But the encouragement in what you came up with in forgiving yourself, the encouragement of it is do the work, because yes, Forgive yourself. You're forgiven.
Right.
What does it look like now moving forward? Because I can't get any of that time back to keep dwelling on it, to keep regretting about it. It's gone. What did I learn from it? How did I grow from it? And then forgive. Forgive the person, forgive people, forgive things, forgive whatever you need to forgive. And then most importantly, forgive self. Forgive yourself. And you can do it. And you can wake up and be like, it doesn't matter. If I'm changed, I'm changed. And check your circle. If there's people around you that want to keep bringing up your past and bringing up things, go ahead and remove them. Because obviously you got a problem with forgiving. I already forgave myself for all of that.
Right.
I've done the work. I've apologized to people I need to apologize to. I've done all of that. I'm not going back there. I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
And I just tell you something. Moving forward, you probably still going to make some decisions that aren't the best.
Absolutely.
We'll always be living and learning. You're not perfect.
And we will you never be down here, you know. Right. But yeah, I agree 100% with that, and I agree with, there still is work that has to be done. I think it's challenging. It's challenging to stand in the mirror and look at yourself and be happy and truly happy in what you see. It's challenging when people point out flaws that you already know is there and magnify them, which has been going on with me a lot lately, which I wish that people would stop. But and like the crazy thing is like, I'm trying to figure out how I feel bad for what people have said to me, how I feel bad for the person when they say stuff to me. I'm like, you said it to me. Then you felt like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry. And then I feel bad. And I find myself on the end of comforting you. But then I walk away like, yeah, I don't even know why you even said that. So like, but like in the moment, I honestly don't. I don't respond in a way that makes them feel like, I don't know, I guess maybe I should. I don't know. But I feel like when you start to do the work, because I'm not 100% there, but like when you start to do the work, and because I honestly, I never even thought, like, maybe people have said it before, but like I never even like thought about, oh, I gotta forgive myself. You know what I mean? Because you go on for so long thinking that everything is fine. Like, you say you forgave. We forgive, we don't forget. And yeah, you can move on. And I'm of the belief when people do stuff to you intentionally, I really don't desire to be in your presence any longer. Like, I could forgive, but like, you keep your space, I keep my space, and we just keep living this thing that we call life. But I'm finding that when people come into that space who have already like kind of forgiven, I'm trying to like move on in life, that there's still more work that I have to do. Because what happens is it starts bringing up memories, starts bringing up like, I wish this and that. It's like you can't always go there in your mind. And I just realized that you have to forgive yourself like for that. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just keep saying like, I wish, I wish, I wish. And I could say, like, I discovered it in therapy. Like, you have to stop saying, like, the way you view yourself is very important. How you view yourself is what others perceive about you. And if you don't radiate happiness, if happiness is not on the inside of you, people can see that you're unhappy.
Yeah.
If you're like, for instance, I be tired all the time. By the time I get to my second job, they were like, "Oh, you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm tired. I'm tired." Like, so I have to get this tiredness under control. But like, I use that as an example is because you can. What did you say?
So, well, your second job that you recently.
Can't get all that, but I'm saying that to say, things show up even when you don't think they show up, right? Even when you think you're hiding it. Like, I go in there and I'm just like, people are like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Am I?" I'm like, did something happen that I wasn't aware of? But like, I don't know. I just like within the recent couple of weeks, I've just been like observing things about myself and observing things that have happened to me that I've experienced, and my reaction to those things, and then my internal thoughts of things that happen. I'm just like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. You made a mistake. It's nobody's putting you on a cross and putting you up there and crucifying you because you made that mistake, or it's okay you didn't choose that particular thing. And you can't spend your time, like you said, I can't spend my time in La La Land 2023, yesterday, last month, April 9th. Can't get it back. Even if I do, I still can't get that my time back. I can't. So my hope is, and my encouragement is to encourage myself to think on future things, like to get excited about those things. And man, I can't wait to see what my future looks like. I can't wait to see myself in a year. I can't wait to see myself in a couple of months, and the growth that I experience because I do the work.
I always think about the future and how I'm just like so excited for it and what I need to be doing now, because I could be doing more now. So I was like, sometimes sit and reflect about what you need to be doing now, because the footsteps that you take are going to change the trajectory of your life. That's for me. Some people are where they are right now. That's it. That's perfectly fine as well. I'm just saying, for me, there's a reason why I dwell on that, and it's more personal to me than just what meets the eye.
Mm-hmm.
But again, another place that you had to get to, things that I've had to forgive myself for. I'd still be forgiving myself for stuff. I've actually gotten to the point where even when I don't, if I say something to myself bad about myself, I will actually correct myself and be like, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop talking so bad over your. Stop. We're the worst critics of our own self.
Absolutely.
And I'm so now, because I've been more like that, I'm now sensitive to when people do it, and I'm like, don't criticize yourself so bad. We were out with my friend, and I was out with my friend at dinner. She was taking a picture, and I was like, oh, just straighten up your necklace, because her necklace was like this. I was like, oh, just straighten up your necklace and take it. But then, like, she couldn't take, like, every picture after that she didn't like, because just me telling her to straighten up her necklace put her in her head about everything. And I'm like, it was just straightening up a necklace. You don't have to now think that everything, but we do it so easily.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you're still beautiful. The cricket necklace picture, honestly, if you like it, I love it. It was actually fine. I was just saying, just straighten up your neck. That's all. But we can be so harsh on ourselves in so many ways. And so try to pivot that as best you can, because the idea of it is that it's only going to help you. You're not, it's not as bad as you think. You're not as bad as you think.
Mm-hmm.
Develop a prayer life, talk to God, and that, however that looks, it don't look all deep and extra for some people. How you know what you want to get through, because some people be like, I don't know how. Just all of that, all of those things are going to help you. Just talk out loud, talk to a therapist, talk to yourself, talk to God, just let everything that can help you help you. But if you can change your thoughts, you can change life. And I know I didn't make that up, but I didn't know I was going to say that, so I kind of like shocked myself with the bars.
Here we go.
But I didn't sing anything. Because I started to sing something, and I was like, no, because that's the delusion land. Nikki,
I'm sorry.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning into us.
Thank you.
If you are somehow in Delulu land with me and you do want to hear a little bit more, I may have a side channel that I start. As far as those of us that think we sound like something and we don't.
See me on Living Learning Lifestyle.
But because we want to sing, that's what we're going to do. But any closing remarks? Anything else?
Nope. My prayer is that people are just encouraged.
Be encouraged. If we did, please let us know. Make sure that you comment. We are reading the comments. We are being intentional. So as we put these videos out, if you watch it and you comment, if you agree, if you disagree, if you want to add in a point, if you have a subject that you want us to talk about, and just kind of weigh in on, please let us know. We are here for that. But again, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe if you have enjoyed this episode. Make sure that you're hitting your notifications and share. We love y'all. Remember to relax and relate to breathe. Until next time.
Bye.